Mr. Mitnick, you had a question?
I just wanted to say the nameplates for Miss Byram and Dr. Brooks Buck, there's a light glaring off of it. And instead of seeing their names, you just see a light glare.
Okay.
Is that better? Can you see it?
Phyllis's is really glaring really badly. I can't read her name or anything. It's just glaring back at it.
Yeah, they're too shiny. We'll probably just go ahead and remove them.
Just take them away.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
All right. Well, you don't have to worry.
Tasha, have you heard anything from Miss Mayo? You gotta take your camera off mute.
Miss-
Ms. Mayo is joining us now.
Okay. Perfect.
Ms. Mayo,
Hello.
are you
Hello
hearing
there.
me okay?
Hi, Dr. Garden.
Ms. Mayo, would you like to remove your headset? If you're in a quiet room, you can do so.
Okay,
Just unplug it from the computer.
okay. I'm near the highway, so I don't know if I
Okay.
hear any noise, I'll hook back up. Okay, I'll unhook. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Mayo. All right, whenever you're ready to start, it's 5:57. So if you want to wait till right 6 o'clock on the dot. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. Dr. Brown, you know your camera is turned off, correct? We are recording the meeting at this time. Six o'clock.
The meeting will please come to order. And this evening, I'll call on Dr. Gordon for presentation and Ms. Ward of the Kings Fork High School honor graduates.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We're so happy to continue our Suffolk Public Schools tradition of recognizing our honor graduates at each of our 3 high schools. We had an in-person with Nansemond River High School last month our first virtual recognition of our honor graduates from Lakeland High School. And this month, we're going to continue to proceed on with Ms. Antoinette Ward, who's going to discuss our honor graduates from Kings Fork High School. So, Ms. Ward.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Madam Vice Chair, board members, and those watching from home. As Dr. Gordon mentioned, before the coronavirus outbreak, we recognized our 2020 honor graduates from Nansemond River High School. Last month, we virtually highlighted the honor grads from Lakeland High School. And tonight, we recognize the hard work and achievements of the 2020 honor graduates, honor Bulldogs of Kings Fork High School. So I'll begin with an introduction from the principal. We'll recognize each student by their name, their parents' names, and then share a brief snapshot of their favorite memories of Suffolk Public Schools. We'll conclude with words again from our superintendent.
Board members, Dr. Gordon, parents, families, and friends. I am pleased to have this opportunity to recognize the 2020 honor graduates of Kings Fork High School. During this unprecedented time, our students have proven to be responsible, resilient, and committed to excellence. These characteristics exhibited by our students will continue to afford them the opportunity to do great things for themselves, their families, and for the great city of Suffolk. So, on behalf of our administrative team and amazing teaching staff, I would like to congratulate the 2020 honor graduates of Kings Fork High School.
All right, awesome. So we'll begin with Kristen Gabrielle Jerton. Her parents are Diane and Timothy Jerton. And Kristen says her favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is staying back after school with the drama club and helping to make the props and backgrounds necessary to bring a story to life. Giancarlo Michael Cecchini. His parents are Gwendolyn and John Cecchini. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is my first block in the first game and the first game of volleyball during my freshman year. Miriam Samir Abdel Shahid. Her parents are Samir and Gracie Abdel Shahid. And her favorite memory is her senior year. Jacob Habash Ahmed, and his parent listed as Habash Ahmed. Jeremiah Brian Aldridge, whose parents are Brian and Nancy Aldridge. Alexis Evelyn Alston. Her parents are Elizabeth and Eugene Alston. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is playing soccer for the Kings Fork Bulldogs and going to prom with my friends. Madison Kayla Belog. Her parents are Krista and Brett Belog. Madison says, my favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is prom 2019. Although she was on crutches, it was still a night to remember. Tori Marcel Biggs, whose parents are Toki and Beverly Biggs. Tori says, my favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is when a few teachers at Mac Ben Junior Elementary School came together to create a banner just for me for my 5th grade graduation. Phoebe St. Catherine Bilby. Her parents are Dana and Sean Bilby. Phoebe says her favorite memory is homecoming. I love putting on my DIY or do-it-yourself bedazzled crown and feeling the rush of excitement because I could say I made it. I'm a senior. I truly made it. Siobhan Cadessa Blades, and her parents are Cad Conrad and Vanessa Blades. Jacoby Taj Bradford. His parents are Fabian and Georgian Bradford. Jacoby says his favorite memory of Suffolk Public Schools were his freshman and sophomore year. It was a different atmosphere. Mrs. Smith and Mrs. Wells shaped me in freshman year to know the ins and outs. Raekwon Zaron Branch, whose parents are LaDonna and Mark Dyer and Ronald Branch. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools, Raekwon says, is being a part of the marching band and going on the trips with the band. Jolie Lynn Bufano, her parents are Angela and Paul Bufano, and her favorite memory is meeting lifelong friends. Avante Stephen Burke, whose parents are Stephen and Cynthia Burke. Sir Butler, whose parent is Vincia Butler, and his favorite memory is in Suffolk Public Schools is doing community service. Stephanie Yu Chen. Her parents are Justin Chen and Menjun Zhang. Stephanie says her favorite memory is at Nansman Parkway. She was able to volunteer in special ed classes and absolutely adored it. She says, other than that, I will never forget the IB program and the amazing bond it made between me and my fellow students. Jack Benton Crawley, whose parents are Melanie and Charles Crawley. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools for Jack is attending the Group 4 field project for his IB chemistry class. He says, I think that a student can only learn so much in the classroom and that the Group 4 project was one of the best learning experiences I had in my 4 years at Kings Fork High School. Roberto Javier Diaz. His parents are Roberto and Jeannie Diaz. Cree Darnell Diggs Brown, and her parent is Carrie Diggs. And her favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is all of 5th grade. Tia Desiree Dixon. Her parents are Theus Dixon, Antoinette Arneo, and Michelle Dixon. Tia says, I don't have one particular favorite memory because most of my favorite memories were in English and history class. Christian Demir Edwards. His parents are Sharon and Willie Sears. Christian says being a part of the IB program was his favorite memory. My high school experience was made great thanks to my IB family. Amari Ariel Edwards Jones. Her parents are Juwan and Darrell Jones. Amari says, my favorite memory was being a part of the safety patrol. At the time, I was a little reserved, but the safety patrol made me step outside of my comfort zone, and it gave me the opportunity to make friends. Aaliyah Argna Falk. Her parent is Latavia Casper Irving. She says her favorite memory in middle school is middle school where she met her closest friends. Aaliyah says two of them moved away, but my very best friend stayed. We were always with each other. I made the best memories with her in high school. Rylan Isaiah Farrell, whose parents are Sharita and James Farrell. Rylan says his favorite memory is meeting all the friends that he has today. Michaela Kanani Fraser. Her parents are Melissa and Charles Smith. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is Mrs. Gwaltney's IB art class. She was and is an extremely honest and relatable person that always went the extra mile to help not only her students, but those around her. She will always be one of the most cherished teachers that I've ever had. James Isaiah Gillis. His parents are Deidre and James Gillis. James's favorite memory is the game club. It was fun meeting people with similar hobbies to mine. Victoria Alexis Hira. Her parents are Ria Ramlagan and Mario Hira. Victoria's favorite memory is the lifelong friends that she made throughout the time here in and out of the classroom. She says they have taught me valuable lessons and have given me experiences that I would never forget. Noah Sidney Sebastian Hill, whose parents are Rebecca and Paul Hill. Noah says, while my entire career in Suffolk Public Schools was enjoyable, I would have to say that middle school years were my favorite. I say this because the majority of my friends I met during this time and kept in touch with them throughout my time at high school. Callie Harper Hennant. Her parents are Tommy and Deanna Hennant. Callie says, my first and only softball game of my senior year is her favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools and also homecoming week. Ashaya Marie Hauser. Her parent is LaShonda Gilchrist. Ashaya's favorite memory is the homecoming dance. She says it was really fun. Mackenzie Cara Sherelle Jackson, whose parents are Kelly and Kenneth Fairbanks. Mackenzie says, my favorite memory of this school is the welcoming environment. I came to Kings Fork as a junior. I never felt out of place. All students and teachers made me feel invited. I'm so pleased and honored to be a 2020 graduate. Aubriana Sky Johnson Waters. Her parents are Beseglia Johnson and Jason Waters. Brianna says, I decided to visit Elephants Fork Elementary School and went to Mrs. Johnson Gooseby's fourth grade class. When entering the room, I wasn't surprised to see my old picture still on her counter. I spent my time there listening to her and helping around the room, as her favorite memory with Suffolk Public Schools. Joseph Elijah Loxley Jones, whose parents are Loxley and Natalie Jones. Joseph's favorite memory is feeling that I was a part of something bigger than myself. I enjoyed helping the school events and loved how the school came together and rallied behind the idea, such as our basketball team going to states. Tony Elizabeth Jones, whose parent is Sarah Jones. And Tony's favorite memory is softball season, as she loved the competition. Dorette Danny Colipano, whose parents are Rhett and Dorina Colipano. And her favorite memory is meeting people with the same interest as herself. Alexis Ann Kiles, whose parents are Anthony and Valerie Kiles. Christopher Terrell Lawrence Jr., whose parents are Linda and Christopher Lawrence. Christopher's favorite memory is meeting teachers that taught him personal lessons that weren't on the school lesson plan. Tommy Van Lee, whose parent is Cindy Lee. His favorite memory, he says, it is hard to pick a favorite, but being able to see how I've changed as a person and the new friends I have made from freshman year all the way to senior year. Terrell John Lindsay, whose parents are Rhonda and Johnny Lindsay. Terrell says his favorite memory is walking into Kings Fork his freshman year. The excitement for new beginnings has never been matched out of all 4 years. Alexander Scott Loesch, whose parents are John and Heather Loesch. And his favorite memory, he says, is always being able to go to his mom's office to get out of class. Olivia Rose Lucas. Her parents are Mark and Julie Lucas. Olivia says, my favorite memory was the entire first week of school where I got to meet everyone for the first time. The diversity and kindness of everyone has had such an amazing impact on me. I could never have asked for better. Sydney Kayla Lamuka. Her parents are Heijin and Dana Lamuka. Sydney says my high school years were probably the best, mainly because the IB program has made me face my strengths and weaknesses as a person. Cole Wayne Marquise, whose parents are Molly and Russell Marquise. Cole says, my favorite memory has to be the combination of years at Kings Fork High School. I have developed leadership skills that I never thought possible. Classes such as Ms. Commander's EPF, Mr. Gidley's Tech Foundations, and Mr. Montgomery's Health Occupation helped me find my passion for business and engineering. I am forever grateful to all of my teachers. Landon Baylor Martino, whose parents are Joseph and Kimberly Martino. Michaelin Monique Moody. Her parents are Lakeisha and William Moody. She says, my favorite memory will forever be cheering on our boys at NSU to become state champions. Even though it ended in an unexpected twist, I enjoyed cheering on my team for victory. Destiny Nicole Moore. Her parent is Monica Moore. Destiny says, my favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is my junior prom. Since I didn't get to experience my senior year fully, this would have to be my favorite memory. Jordan Alexis Neal. Her parents are Larry and Nell Neal. Jordan's favorite memory is walking around the halls and always seeing new faces. Reese Madeline Jolie Owen, whose parents are Stephen and Jessica Owen. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is joining the drama club and meeting people with the same passion for theater. Drama was always my safe place, Reese says. I love working together on shows and going to competitions with everyone. I love being the role model for the members and watching them all grow. Emily Elizabeth Paulino, whose parent is Wendy Paulino. And Emily's favorite memory is almost graduating normally. Akani Demel Privet, whose parents are Arboret Sebron. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools was being able to walk to friends during lunch. I love sitting in the courtyard outside during spring. Madeline Jewel Rawlings. Her parents are April and John Rawlings. Madeline's favorite memory is being accepted into the IB program. She says, this is my favorite memory because it made me feel secure in my high school future and opened up many opportunities for me. Kanaya Ashanti Redcross. Her parents are Shaquela and Hector Medina. Kanaya's favorite memory is going to see her favorite teacher, Miss Eberly. Ashley Aaliyah Robertson. Her parents are Pamela and George Robertson. Ashley's favorite memory is growing through the years and playing basketball. Marielle Grace Robinson. Her parents are Michael and Angie Robinson. Marielle says, making friends throughout the years, learning hard lessons, and gaining lots of experience that I will take with me into the rest of my life is her favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools. Niall Daniel Ross. His parents are Marcia and Emmett Ross. My favorite memory is being a part of the IB program. In the IB program, I have had the opportunity to meet many of my closest friends. Crystal Correa Ryan. Her parent is Kenneth Ryan. Crystal says my favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is senior year, homecoming week, and making the best of our last year. Carlos Eduardo Sanchez Alvarez. and his parent is Carla Sanchez. Cody Allen Saunders. His parents are Cynthia and Richard Saunders. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is the IB Group 4 field trip. We were able to combine our 3 sciences into one field trip that was both educational and enjoyable. We were able to have lots of fun while still being able to move one step closer to our IB diplomas. Kyra Danae Saunders. Her parents are Joseph Newey and Tiffany Saunders Newey. Chelsea McKay Shaw. Her parents are Tina and Dennis Shaw. Chelsea says, my favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is performing in the Kingsport production plays. Tobias Jacob Shaw, whose parent is Bonnie Shaw. My favorite memory, he says, it may be small, but the day our cafeteria started serving the little pizzas in the boxes was amazing and sticks out to me. There was a genuine and widespread of joy across the students. Jaleb Mason Shiflett. His parent is Helen Jones. Jaleb's favorite memory is being in culinary arts 1 and 2. Carly Anae Shivers. Her parents are Shirley and Greg Shivers. Carly says, my favorite memory is joining the Mighty Marching Bulldogs. Once I joined the band, the Golden Silhouette Majorettes, in 9th grade, I knew I had started a chapter of my life I would never forget. Thank you to my band for instilling values in me. Jesse Devontae Smith, whose parents are Jesse and Ebony Smith. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools, Jesse says, we're witnessing the connection between the teachers and students. I believe that relationships help to promote a positive environment and displayed the respect in the building. Courtney Ann Sproul. Her parents are Leslie and Corey Sproul of high school, in which I was privileged to be in the IB program. With my classmates and teachers, I found a second family and mentors that I will look to and respect long after high school. Ty Jeffrey Summers, whose parent is Tracy Summers. Ty says, my favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools, the moments I spent with extracurricular activities like cross country, indoor track, soccer, and chess club, where I won second place for my category at states. Also, the memories and lessons learned through the IB program. Lastly, what was most memorable to me were my teachers that have helped me through my high school journey, and I could not have asked for more out of them. Shabria Janice Talley, whose parents are Tamika and Hazan Dixon. Shabria says her favorite memory is before a test in Mrs. Proctor's class, everyone was scared they weren't going to pass, so she gave us an extra few minutes to study. We ended up singing theme songs that reminded us of carefree days during our childhood. It was an extremely homey and warm feeling and everyone passed the test. Aaliyah Nicole Thompson. Her parents are Joyce and James Taylor. Aaliyah says, my favorite memory would have to be becoming vice president of Kingsport and attending prom my junior year. Britannia Thompson. Her parents are Carrie and Kendall. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools, she says, is transferring to Kingsport my senior year was an experience I don't regret. My favorite memory would be the first day of school because this is where all the fun stuff started. Here, I got to meet my teachers who made me feel welcomed and classmates who wanted to get to know me more. This experience was about me being welcomed into the Bulldog family. I'm proud to say I'm a Bulldog by heart. Allie Renee Tolson. Her parents are John and Brianne Tolson. Allie says, my one fondest memory of SPS is being a Peanut Fest princess. I had the opportunity to bond with 9 other girls, 8 of which were from other schools in the city of Suffolk. In the 3 short days that we were together, we created countless memories that will last a lifetime. Caleb Robert Tuggle, and his parents are Keith and Jennifer Tuggle. Caleb says, my favorite memory is joining the Air Force Junior ROTC program at Kingsport. Joining the program led to a chain of events I am most grateful for, such as attending Boys State and joining the Corps Cadet at Virginia Tech with a 3-year scholarship from the U.S. Army. Jayla Triana Tyler. Her parents are Lucrece Hapholt. Jayla says, my favorite memories have to be prom 2019 and every day in my EMT class. My EMT class was my favorite. We were like one big family. I'll definitely miss it. Jack William Van Straten, and his parent is Beverly Van Straten. My favorite memory of Suffolk Public Schools is attending indoor track and field state championships for the first time during my sophomore year. I competed on the 4x800 meter relay team. Matthew Michael Vigil, and his parents are Michael and Karen Vigil. Matthew's favorite memory is Mrs. Bangley's biology class. Gregory LeAnthony Witherspoon, and his parent is Sheila Witherspoon. Gregory's favorite memory is going to the homecoming games during his freshman and senior years. Tiana Michelle Whitfield. Her parent is Tawana B. Whitfield. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is not only was there structure at the kennel, but there was genuine love for each individual student. Each teacher left me with life lessons and quotes that I will always remember. Garrett Michael Williams, whose parents are Jerron and Davida Williams. My favorite memory is playing the football game where we beat Oscar Smith and ended their winning streak in the Southeastern District. Hannah Blair Williamson. Her parents are Amy and Tim Williamson. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is playing softball has to be the most memorable thing about school. There was never a dull moment, and I enjoyed being in the program for 4 years. Zane Michael Wise, whose parents are Kirsten Creeley and Michael Wise. Zane says, my favorite memory was when I went to regionals for golf during my senior year. Elijah Philip Wyatt, whose parents are Adam and Beth Wyatt. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools is the 2018 and 2019 IB Mid-Atlantic College Fair field trip. Gabriel Adam Wyatt, whose parents are also Adam and Beth Wyatt. Gabriel says his favorite memory of my 4 years, my favorite memory was going to Busch Gardens with the other IB students to watch a physics show. Rachel Amanda Yang. Her parents are Ming Yang and Tony Yao. My favorite memory in Suffolk Public Schools, Rachel says, is planning and attending the first homecoming dance at Kings Fork. It was even better that it was planned and decorated by students with the help of staff. Honestly, the night was beautiful. And Maya Monique Yule. Her parents are Farah and Curtis Yule. Maya says her favorite memory is being a part of the tennis team. And this concludes our 2020 honor graduates for Kings Fork High School.
Thank you so much, Ms. Ward. You know, this was tremendous. And I really love the different messages that are coming from our students. I mean, we had a wide variety there, ladies and gentlemen, from all of our students are participating in our World School for the International Baccalaureate program to their athletic accomplishments. I love the student that was talking about his second place finish in the chess club. I mean, that just shows you the overall talent that we have in the city of Suffolk and in Suffolk Public Schools. And that Bulldog traditions and pride was so prevalent. So thank you to Ms. Ward for doing such a tremendous job. Thank you to Mr. Bryant and the Kings Fork High School administration. And most importantly, thank you to that senior graduating class of 2020 for sharing your stories with us.
You're live.
Thank you, Dr. Gordon.
Back over to you, Ms. Byron, for any comments from the board.
Just a few comments. I want to commend all of the students, especially and the staff at Kings Fork High School. They're doing an excellent job. Mr. Bryant, the principal, the teachers, and all the staff. This is an example of the fine people that they are turning out. And I want to encourage these young people to continue with some of these ideals that they have here, especially they mentioned, I think there was one young man that mentioned or two, community service. I hope he will continue with that as time goes on, as he reaches adulthood. The IB program, the praises of that. We know the importance of that program and how influential it has been always. And I thank especially the teachers, instructors there, those that work with that program, because they make it what it is. I heard several students mention the welcoming atmosphere of Kings Fork High School and the friendships they've made and camaraderie. And I think that's so important. And as the school has grown over the years, I've seen that increase. And they talked about the life lessons that their teachers and faculty members had taught them. And they are things that you will carry with you the rest of your life. They're fond memories. Many of our students were involved in band, sports, culinary arts. I heard them mention EMT. All of these things are the magnificent programs that we offer in Suffolk Public Schools. And I'm glad each of these students commented on those things because those programs are very worthwhile. And now at this time, I'll ask other board members, beginning with Ms. Jenkins, if she has any comments.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to again congratulate all of you for a job well done. And, just to remind you that you are graduating at a time where the world as we knew it is no longer, it's being reshaped. And we are depending on you to use this time and to follow up on your greatness and the development and forms that you have gained from your school and from people all around you to make this world a better place than what you've known it in the past. And I want you to make sure that you continue to make smart decisions and gain wisdom from others. But make sure when people give you information, you do your fact checks to make sure that what they're saying is true, because a lot of people are going to give you a lot of things and put in your mind and put in your head, but make sure that you know what you're gaining is true facts. And I want you to go out having an uplifting spirit. Learn to lift people up and not use the gifts that you have to tear people down. Again, congratulations. And remember, you're going to stumble, but make sure you get back up and get back in the race and go towards your goal. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Jenkins. And Mr. Mitnick, do you have any comments?
Yes, I'd just like to congratulate the Kings Fork High School class of 2020. I was so impressed with your comments you made. And I realized that in there were probably 3 or 4 students who entered Kings Fork High School in their senior year. And they talked about how warm the atmosphere was and how friendly everyone was to them. I found that very heartwarming. And I was glad those students who were disrupted in their lives and came to a new school for their senior year found that Suffolk Public Schools and Kings Fork High School offered them a great opportunity. And I wish these students well. They've been through a lot in the last couple months, and missing out on some great opportunities I'm sure that they were planning for. But I hope that the resilience will pay off for them for the rest of their lives. Thank you.
Ms. Mayo?
Yes, I would like to say congratulations to the 2020 graduates of Kings Fork High School, the honor graduates, that is. And you certainly do have a bright future. I enjoyed listening to all of your comments about your favorite memories of Suffolk Public Schools. And as our chair said, there were a wide range of comments, from athletics to your IB experiences, the welcoming atmosphere of the school, which all attest to the outstanding programs that we have at Kings Fork High School. I'd like to wish you well. And I know your future is going to be very bright because you have many plans for the future. Good luck and do well and make us very proud. Thank you.
Mr. Riddick, do you have comments?
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, it's indeed an honor to talk to my fellow soon-to-be alumni of Kings Fork High School. 11 years ago, I was a senior at Kings Fork High School, and it goes to show you that when you have staff, along with parents and school board, all working together on the same line of thought, it makes a great environment. And that's what I've pulled from our graduates, how they're talking about the wonderful atmosphere of Kings Fork High School. And that's what we got to continue to move full steam ahead. But I will like to tell them that the sky is not the limit. There are footprints on the moon. And life is like a bank. You can only take out of your life what you put into it. You put nothing in, you can take nothing out. I wish you well. And we're going to get through this thing together. I know we're going through some uncertain times right now, but We're all going to get through this together. It was a great joy to see about 6 of the young men and women that I've worked with over the years through my nonprofit organization, and to see them graduate with honors, and to know their personal plans to go further their education, and to know that we do it better here together at Suffolk Public Schools.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Riddick.
you.
Ms.
Thank you.
Story?
Good evening, Bulldogs. I want to say congratulations to you. You certainly are and deserve honor as honor graduates. Of course, I'm especially proud of the IB students, but all honor grads. I think you showed that Bulldogs, how they all get together and provide a really good atmosphere. And I think that's excellent. To the IB students, I had many of you as freshmen in pre-IB, and I could tell then you were going to be a great class. You were great students already as freshmen, and I just wish I could have done the journey all the way with you, but I'm so proud of you now as seniors. I know that you're going to go on and do great things. Continue to be independent thinkers. You learned how to do that in theory of knowledge. Learn to think for yourself and be yourself. And you know how to do that. You know how to write and speak, and all the honor grads do. So find your own path, make your own way, and you'll be great. Keep in touch. I'm very proud of you. Congratulations, Bulldogs.
Thank you, Ms. Story. Dr. Buck?
This is, of course, my favorite time of year because this is the time of year when we show who we are, Suffolk Public Schools, and we show who we are, Bulldogs. I want you to continue to do what you've done. I want you to continue to show people who you are and what you can do. You've done a wonderful job these 12 years, and we expect great things from you. I looked at all the things you did, and to the young man who has the Army scholarship, go on and do great things. I know you will. I look forward to seeing you put the stars on your shoulders and just show us exactly who you are. I too was impressed with that whole welcoming atmosphere that most of you, or many of you, mentioned when you talked about coming to Kings Fork. And the one young lady who mentioned the diversity and the kindness that she saw at the school, I thought that was a great thing to say about Suffolk Public Schools. And I was really pleased to hear that. So along with my fellow board members, I just want to say congratulations to you and keep doing what you're doing. You're on the right path. And as Mr. Riddick reminds you, that there are no limits to where you can go. Congratulations, and God bless you all.
And now we will move on to the presentation of the Rookie Teacher and Teacher of the Year.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Ms. Byram. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and introduce our Director of Human Resources, Dr. Rodney Brown, for these presentations. Dr. Brown?
Thank you, Dr. Gordon. Thank you, Madam Chair. It is an honor to present to you 4 individuals that are amazing teachers in Suffolk Public Schools. And the first one, I would like to, we have each school has a representative, and from that representative list, we have a committee that's put together that selects our elementary, middle school, Rookie Teacher of the Year, as well as our citywide Teacher of the Year out of this group. They do submit a project and is scored on a rubric by the nominating committee. The first one is Rookie Teacher of the Year, is Mr. Samad Earls. Mr. Earls is a former graduate of Lakeland High School, and his favorite, they were asked to write their philosophy of teaching. He states that he don't believe that he chose to be a teacher, but the profession chose him. Mr. Earls has done a great job as an ag teacher at Lakeland High School. Our next citywide elementary teacher of the year is Miss Gwendolyn Mann. She's Pioneer Elementary School, and she writes that my goal as a teacher is to instill a passion for learning within my students while providing them, I'm sorry, I can't see that, with an educational environment that is encouraging and positive. Next citywide teacher is high school teacher of the year is Sharon Kreiner. Ms. Kreiner is at Kings Fork High School, and her quote is, "One of the most important things that I can do for all my students is to show them that I believe in them." And Miss Emma Neve is the Suffolk Public Schools Citywide Teacher of the Year. She is a teacher at John F. Kennedy Middle School, and she believes that I firmly believe that every individual, regardless of circumstances, has the ability to be educated. The educator's duty to ignite a student's love for learning. Miss Emma Neve is the Teacher of the Year for Suffolk Public Schools. Now, with that, I do want to read a message from Suffolk Education Foundation. They write, "Congratulations from the Suffolk Education Foundation. The SEF continues to support teachers by recognizing these 4 citywide Teachers of the Year with monetary gifts. Now, this is a surprise to them. It just came today. $300 each for each citywide Rookie Teacher of the Year, Elementary Teacher of the Year, and High School Teacher of the Year. And Ms. Neve will receive $1,000 to be shared with HR. No, she get $1,000. We receive it from Suffolk Education Foundation. We want to congratulate every one of them. They were honored this week by their principals in their schools. We had a virtual meeting and it was amazing. They were so appreciative. We do want to thank the Suffolk Education Foundation for their gift, as well as all that have contributed to this program. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. Excellent. Yes.
Thank you so much. Those virtual Teacher of the Year celebrations were great, because when you get to see all the comments coming through on Google Meet and on Zoom, how their peers were really just so proud of the teachers. And we were just so excited that Dr. Brown, Ms. Ward, other members of HR, and the principals went out to our Teachers of the Year's homes to present them with their plaques. And I challenged each Teacher of the Year to hold up their plaque, right there on camera. And thank you to all of our board members that had the opportunity to join us for those virtual faculty meetings. That really showed the unity and support that we've been preaching and talking about in Suffolk Public Schools. And knowing that those teachers right there are the best of the best is really what it's all about. And as Dr. Brown mentioned, definitely thank you to the Suffolk family for their monetary gift to those teachers. And we know that those teachers are going to use that money to help make them better teachers and to potentially do things that they potentially couldn't have done this year. And we're just so proud of each and every one of them. So with that being said, Ms. Byram, Madam Chair, I will turn it back over to you.
Yes, sir. I just want to say thank you to all of our teachers. Everyone is a superhero. Not everybody gets special recognition, but those that did are above and beyond. And we thank them for everything that they have done. For the Rookie Teacher of the Year, Mr. Earls, we look forward to a great future in Suffolk Public Schools for you. To Ms. Mann, elementary, 2nd grade, you have my warmest expression of gratitude. As I said, I think on the virtual before, my husband was a 2nd grade teacher. I understand what it is to be a 2nd grade teacher. To Ms. Kreiner, the chemistry teacher from Kings Fork, I know you're going to do great things. You have continued to do that and move that program forward at Kings Fork High School. And Ms. Neve, I watched you grow from a rookie teacher all the way now to, of course, you were a middle school Teacher of the Year and now Suffolk's Teacher of the Year. I commend you on all of this. Thank you very much.
I'm going to end this. Board members, we will be ending this meeting shortly, and if you'll give me about 4 minutes, we'll start the 7 p.m. meeting, and if you'll rejoin the Zoom meeting at that time. Thank you.